All right, let's dive into a really simple, but I mean an incredibly powerful hack to basically trick your brain into remembering everything. If you've ever felt like information just goes in one ear and right out the other, you're going to want to stick around. We are going to fix that starting right now.
You know the feeling, right? We have all been there. You spend all this time reading a chapter, you're highlighting, you feel super productive, but the second you look away, poof, it's just gone. It's so frustrating, and it can make you feel like you're just not a good learner. But what if I told you it's not you? It's not your fault at all. It's the method you're using.
So, let's talk about what I call the forgetting problem. Forgetting stuff almost immediately after you learn it, that's actually our brain's default setting. It's a feature, not a bug. And it happens because of the way most of us are taught to learn in the first place.
And here it is, the main culprit, rereading. Things like rereading your notes or highlighting a textbook, well, they're passive. Your brain sees the words, it goes, oh yeah, I recognize this. And that feeling of familiarity tricks you. It creates this dangerous illusion that you actually know the material. But here's the thing, just recognizing something isn't at all the same as being able to recall it from scratch.
But here is the good news. There is an amazing way to break out of that cycle. It's a simple little mental shift that I call the imaginary test hack. And this isn't about studying harder, not at all. It's about studying smarter by working with your brain's natural wiring, not against it.
So what is this thing exactly? Well, it's this. After you read a section or watch a part of a video, you just pause. You look away, and you force your brain to actively retrieve the main ideas without looking. You're basically giving yourself a little tiny imaginary test. That simple act of pulling the information out of your memory is what signals to your brain, hey, this stuff is important, let's keep it.
And you know what the best part is? You can start using this, like, right now, immediately. It doesn't require any fancy apps or tools, just a tiny change in your routine. Let's break it down into 4 really simple steps.
Okay, so step 1, just learn the thing like you normally would. Read the chapter, watch the video. Step 2, and this is absolutely crucial, you stop and you hide the source. Close the book, look away from the screen. Then, step 3, you quiz yourself. Literally ask, okay, what were the main points there? And try to explain them out loud like you're teaching it to someone else. Finally, step 4, check your work. Glance back at the source, see what you missed, and fill in those gaps. That is it.
Now, this isn't just some neat trick I made up. It's actually grounded in decades of cognitive science. The technique is called active recall, and honestly, it's one of the most powerful learning strategies ever discovered. It completely changes how your brain files away information.
So here's why it's such a game changer. Passive rereading feels easy, because it is easy. It only creates this thin layer of familiarity that fades super fast. The imaginary test, on the other hand, it feels like effort. It feels a little hard. And that effort, that struggle, is precisely what builds strong, durable pathways in your brain. It's like the difference between looking at a picture of a dumbbell and actually picking it up and doing a curl. One builds muscle, the other one doesn't.
So you have to get this. That moment of struggle, when you're trying to remember something and you're thinking, what was it? That is not failure. That is the learning process happening in real time. That's your brain building muscle. Every single time you successfully retrieve a memory, you're telling your brain to make that connection stronger, so it's way easier to find next time.
So I want you to start thinking of this imaginary test as a new tool in your mental toolkit, a secret weapon, really. You can use it for absolutely anything you want to learn, whether it's a new language, a historical event, or even a complex bit of code. So what are the benefits of actually putting this into practice? While the payoff is huge. First off, you will stop wasting hours and hours on rereading that just doesn't work. You'll walk into tests or big meetings feeling so much more confident because you don't just recognize the information, you truly know it. It works for literally any subject, it helps you build a much deeper understanding, and, let's be honest, it makes learning way more active and engaging. Kind of like solving a fun puzzle.
So here it is, the big takeaway. The single most important change you can make to learn better is to shift your focus from just putting information in your brain to pulling that information out. So please, stop just rereading. Start actively recalling.
And I will leave you with this question to think about. Now that you have this powerful new tool in your hands, what is the very first thing you are going to truly learn and master with it?